Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. Nigerians seem to have covered and kept safely the sins of the former military ruler Ibrahim Babangida, especially as it has to do with the annulment of June 12 elections. And today, a few days from now, he's going to be turning 80. And today, when he was granted interview at the Rice TV, he made a statement about, why he had to annul the June 12 elections. And I'd like to tell you what he said and also what a southern group are telling him to do. But first of all, let me just tell you what his response was when he was asked that question, because that question is what most people are talking about right now. According to him, Babangida said this. He said, "Do you want me to be honest with you?" And he went further to say, if it materialized, if the election had gone through, there would have been a coup d'etat which could have been violent. That is all I can confirm. It didn't happen. Thank God for the Maradonic way we handle you guys in the society. He went further to add that the election could have given room for more instability in the country. And when he was asked for that, if he was pressured by the military or the civilians to annul the election, Babangida said that both the military, that they can do it because they have the weapons to do it, and the other is the social agitation. And right now, the news we have for you has to do with what a southern group is telling him right now, the knock they are giving to IBB. We're going to look at the reactions of these guys and also analyze it, looking at the reactions of Nigerians to this same issue of annulment of the June 12th election. But before we do all of that, if you're not subscribed, just hit the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. A geopolitical group, Southern Nigerian Frontier, has asked the former head of state, General Ibrahim Babangida, retired, to apologize to Nigerians over the annulment of the June 12, 1993 presidential election rather than trying to distort history. The SNF noted that Babangida's iniquities are well preserved and the former head of state should not think Nigerians have a short memory. The Southern group stated this in a release signed by its spokesman Olufemi Lawson and Upton on Friday. Earlier today, Babangida, during an interview with Rice TV, has claimed that he annulled the 1993 election in order to avail a coup and to prevent violence in the country, an election which was won by renowned philanthropist and politician Chief MKO Abiola. The NSF said in their reaction, it said, "Our reaction is pertinent to dismiss Babangida's reason for the annulment of the June 12 presidential election. For the sake of posterity and unsuspecting Nigerians, particularly the younger generation who IBB is out to manipulate with his incorrect historical claim, it is very disturbing that despite the acknowledgement of the clean victory of Chief MKO Abiola as the winner of the election, adjudged to be the freest and fairest in our history by local and international stakeholders, General Babangida still lives in his lies of the past, that the annulment of the election was to avert violence and a bloody coup in the country. We insist that if there would have been any violent aftermath of the June 12, 1993 presidential election, it must have been one that would have been orchestrated by the evil genius himself and not any right-thinking group of Nigerians, including the Nigerian military, which Babangida is using his old age to blackmail. SNF wishes to sound it clear to General Babangida that despite his attempt to distort the history of June 12 presidential election, the decision of his regime to annul the election will forever remain his nemesis. We must let General Babangida know that the memory of our people is not as short as he thinks, as his iniquities have been well preserved. We shall not cease to ask until a genuine answer is given as to why Babangida annulled the June 12 election won by MKO Abiola, an attendance crisis which consumed the lives of Chief Abiola and his wife Kudirat, Pa Alfred Rewane, and hundreds of protesters mourned down on the street of Lagos and other cities. Ibrahim Babangida must apologize and assure the feelings of the aggrieved Nigerians whose mandate he truncated with the annulment of the June 12th election. This clearly shows that Nigerians have not forgotten what happened during that time. And but right now, just like we have to, there's no need to part what has happened then. I feel that at a point one should be moved, to just apologize and just tell Nigerians, let bygone be bygone, because no matter what, we cannot call back those years to come again. MKO Abiola is dead and gone. Quite very painful, especially for most people who work assiduously for the democracy as at then. But then we just have to move forward, and we have to learn our lessons and make sure that there is no repeat of such again in the nearest future. Babangida he has his reasons why he did that. The reason may not be good enough for me. What he said was not actually good enough. He's a great guy. He was superb during the time he was the president of Nigeria. But then, if you take into consideration some of the things that had happened then and what he's saying now, I feel that it was not needful for that election to be annulled. No matter the pressure, no matter the fact that there would have been a coup d'etat and all of that, do it. Said, Nigerians, this is your president. Remove your hands. And if the president play hanky-panky and they get the power from him via coup d'etat, so be it. But one thing is certain, you were exempted from it. You played your part and you walk out of the leadership position, and another occupy whatever the military wanted to do, they would have done. No matter the level of messages you may have received pointing to the fact that there's going to be a coup d'etat or a social agitation, you would have just done your own part and walk away and allow the guy on board, to run the show for himself. But however, we cannot keep on meditating on the past. The past is gone. Just that we have to be careful that there shouldn't be any repeat of such in the future. But then, let's look at what Nigerians have to say about it. And this one here says, it breaks my heart to hear him make this kind of statement. A man of that repute and of that age should be ready to tell Nigerians the whole truth. I don't know how truthful he is right now. Another person here says, this is quite disheartening. After that 1993 election, Yorubas lost so many people. Until today, we are not happy that those things happen. And I'm ready to tell IBB that the answer he has given is not satisfactory. Wow. Another person here says, he has told us his own part of the story. We just wish that MKO was around to tell us what he heard. Or if anybody is around to tell Nigerians, please give us the full details of what you think was the reason behind the action taken by the former president of Nigeria, IBB. This one said, it is high time we learn from the past. There's no need to meditate on it because it will not salvage the current situation we have found ourselves. We must be ready to uphold the tenet of democracy this time around. So many people are talking there. I'd like to leave it there. Go to our comment section. Let's interact.